I love flowers. I'd love to have the whole place swimming in roses. God of heaven, there's nothing like nature. The wild mountains, then the sea and the waves rushing, then the beautiful country with fields of oats and wheat and all kinds of things, and all the fine cattle going about that would do your heart good to see. Rivers and lakes and flowers, all sorts of shapes and smells and colours springing up even out of the ditches. Primroses and violets. Nature it is. As for them saying there's no God, I wouldn't give a snap of my 2 fingers for all their learning. Why don't they go and create something, I often asked him, atheists or whatever they call themselves. Go and wash the cobbles off themselves first. And then they go howling for the priest, and they dying, and why? Why? Because they're afraid of hell on account of their bad conscience. Ah yes, I know them well. Who was the first person in the universe before there was anybody that made it? All hoo-ah that they don't know. Neither do I, so there you are. They might as well try to stop the sun from rising tomorrow. The sun shines for you, he said, the day we were lying among the rhododendrons on Howth Head in the grey tweed suit, and his straw hat, the day I got him to propose to me, yes. First I gave him a bit of seed cake out of my mouth, and it was leap year like now, yes. 16 years ago, my God. After that long kiss, I near lost my breath, yes. He said I was a flower of the mountain, yes. So we are flowers. All a woman's body, yes. That was one true thing he said in his life. And the sun shines for you today, yes. That was why I liked him, because I saw he understood or felt what a woman is, and I knew I could always get round him. And I gave him all the pleasure I could, leading him on till he asked me to say yes. And I wouldn't answer first, only looked out over the sea and the sky. I was thinking of so many things he didn't know of. Mulvey and Mr. Stanhope and Hester and Father and old Captain Groves and the sailors playing. All birds fly, and I say stoop and washing up dishes, they called it, on the pier, and the sentry in front of the governor's house with a thing around his white helmet, poor devil, half roasted, and the Spanish girls laughing in their shawls and their tall combs, and the auctions in the morning, the Greeks and the Jews and the Arabs and the devil knows who else from all ends of Europe and Duke Street, and the fowl market all clucking outside Lorby Sharon's, and the poor donkeys slipping half asleep, and the vague fellows in the cloaks asleep in the shade on the steps, and the big wheels of the carts of the bulls, and the old castle, thousands years old, yes. And those handsome Moors, all in white turbans like kings, asking you to sit down in their little bit of a shop, and Rhonda with the old windows of the posadas glancing eyes at a lattice hid for her lover to kiss, the iron in the wine shops half open at night, and the castanets, and the night we missed the boat at Algeciras, the watchman going about serene with his lamp, and oh, that awful deep down torrent, oh, and the sea crimson and sometimes like fire, and the glorious sunsets, and the fig trees in the Alameda gardens, yes, and all the queer little streets, and pink and blue and yellow houses, and the rose gardens, and the jessamine and geraniums and cactuses, and Gibraltar as a girl, where I was a flower of the mountain, yes. When I put the rose in my hair like the Andalusian girls used, or shall I wear a red? Yes. And how he kissed me under the Moorish wall, and I thought, well, as well him as another. And then I asked him with my eyes to ask again, yes. And then he asked me, would I, yes, to say, yes, my mountain flower. And first I put my arms around him, yes, and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts all perfume, and his heart was going like mad, and yes, I said, yes, I will, yes.